Okay, Senator Gallion, we're on Senate Bill 532, and your sponsor panel includes Robert Swaim and Dominic Butchko, and then you have one virtual witness. I don't know if he's in the queue. Is he in the queue? Okay, in either case, why don't you start, Senator Gallion, on Senate Bill 532.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and fellow committee members. For the record, Senator Jason Gallion here to introduce Senate Bill 532, Commission to Advance Lithium-Ion Battery Safety in Maryland. And this bill creates a commission to advance lithium-ion battery safety in Maryland. These batteries are used to supply power to many of our devices on a daily basis, such as our smartphones, which we've all used today, our laptops, which we've used today, and for those who have electric vehicles, for just a few examples. As electric vehicles become more prevalent, we will have more and more lithium-ion batteries on our roads and in our neighborhoods. While we enjoy the advantages of these batteries as they have come to be a part of our everyday lives, we rarely tend to think of the disadvantages that can come along with them. Unfortunately, these disadvantages can be deadly. This is a major concern across large cities where electric vehicles are more prevalent. Fire departments in New York and San Francisco have reported handling more than 660 fires involving lithium-ion batteries since 2019. In New York City, these fires caused 12 deaths and more than 260 injuries over the previous 3 years. Establishing this commission will allow us as a state to study 4 different components. Number 1, best practices and guidelines to prevent, detect, and suppress lithium-ion battery fires in consumer, transportation, and utility applications, prevent, detect, and suppress fires at recycling facilities, and for reusing and recycling and decommissioning lithium-ion batteries. Number 2, the viability of extended producer responsibility for these batteries. Number 3, training, education, and other information to better inform the public regarding lithium-ion battery safety. And number 4, any other global issues the Commission may consider to be useful for enhancing the safety and reuse of batteries in the state. On or before December 1st, 2025, the Commission shall report its findings to the Governor and the General Assembly. We're proposing one amendment that will add an interim report due in 2024, and will also add one representative of the power plant research project appointed by DNR, one representative of the Public Service Commission, and one representative of the Maryland Fire and Rescue Institute. And I know there are other groups that are interested in getting on there too. So I think as a committee, we'll have to work through all that here in the near future. I respectfully urge the committee for a favorable report on this legislation so we can stay ahead of the curve on this issue and ensure that we're keeping the public safe as we have more of these batteries in our communities. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to the panel.
Okay, do you want to start, Mr. Swaim, or Mr. Swaim, why don't you take the mic, and you're going to be on the 2-minute clock, everybody from this point forward.
Sure.
Hello, I want to thank you and Senator Gallion for the opportunity. My name is Bob Swaim. I've been a longtime Maryland resident, and I'm a semi-retired NTSB major aircraft accident investigator. I worked closely with firefighters around the world since the late 1980s. I led the first Boeing 787 lithium battery investigation when a firefighter was burned, and I've worked with electric vehicle fires for over 7 years. After 32 years with the NTSB, I started the How It Broke website, work on battery safety issues with the SAE, and that's why I'm here today. When lithium-ion batteries fail, the gas emitted is toxic and usually flammable, so it ignites its surroundings. A New York state legislator asked for help to improve battery safety there, which I related to our legislators. And in our discussions, they quickly realized the importance of the subject, came up with a commission idea, and asked for ideas. Those are in a report that's my written submission. We should fully support the bipartisan SB 532 bill because while most concepts have already been worked out elsewhere, the goal is a tailored approach for the unique conditions and locations across Maryland. More important than the emergency response aspects are answers about management and prevention. For example, are building codes ready for an apartment garage full of EVs because extinguishing takes them so much longer? How close can a utility place a large-scale battery backup station upwind of a school? How do we end the current problem of fires in trash trucks and facilities? How many large battery installations are in the hearts of Baltimore skyscrapers? It's worth noting that New York, Denver, and others now require UL approval to combat the problem of e-bike fires. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to answering your battery-related questions here or through my website at howitbroke.com.
Okay, Mr. Butchko.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Don Butchko with the Maryland Association of Counties. Senate Bill 532 is about protecting our mutual constituents and isn't a priority for local jurisdictions. Batteries will undoubtedly be a major component of our electrification infrastructure as we move forward, but lithium-ion batteries in particular are immensely dangerous and can produce fires scales of magnitude worse than internal combustion engines or batteries of other types. This bill is the effort of a multi-stakeholder pronged approach. We have MACO, we have the career and volunteer firefighters, we have the Public Service Commission, we have industry. We literally have everybody at the table behind this effort. This creates a commission to look not only at best practices, but also what other states are doing, what safety measures we can install. And this is for batteries of all types, the ones that are in your cell phone right now, Mr. Chair, all the way up to utility scale batteries that might be at our energy generation facilities, or in the bill that we discussed earlier. With that being said, MACO urges a favorable report, and this is probably one of the most important bills we'll talk about this year. Thank you.
Okay, let's pick up one final sponsor panel we've got virtually. Looks like he's on a train, I think. Hopefully a train, not a car. Mr. Browning.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and you're signed in favor. You're part of one of the sponsor panelists. So you've got 2 minutes, and then we'll go back.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I'm riding as a passenger back from a training scenario today. So thank you, senators, for the opportunity to speak in favor of Bill 532. My name is Ivan Browning. I'm a lifelong Maryland resident and currently a 24-year career firefighter with Montgomery County Fire and Rescue, serving as the Hazardous Materials Battalion Chief. I've also served 27 years as a volunteer firefighter, EMT, and hazmat technician in Carroll County. Maryland is no stranger to the hazards associated with lithium-ion battery emergencies, as the fire service across the nation continues responding to incidents originating from devices powered by this technology. These incidents are occurring in all types of occupancies and across transportation methods and require extended mitigation times. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue has responded to known incidents at single-family dwellings, multifamily apartment buildings, educational institutions, and commercial businesses. While the technology is not new and generally safe when used properly, public safety agencies across the state continue their response to an increased number of incidents that have resulted in both property damage and personal injury. In 2023, the State Fire Marshal's Office reported 39 lithium-ion battery incidents within the state, and there may be others that were not reported correctly due to outdated reporting processes. I believe there are numerous reasons for which we could be seeing this increase from general public education on best practices for these powered products. Increased saturation of this technology in the consumer market to technology advancements that have moved faster than our codes can keep up with. The hazards associated with lithium battery technology are of concern to not only public safety agencies, but members of the transportation industry, solid waste and recycling industry, and anyone whose life or business may be disrupted by an emergency initiated by a lithium-ion battery. The establishment of this commission will bring together Maryland stakeholders to determine best practices and guidelines can be implemented moving forward to make the best use of lithium-ion technology while also keeping citizens and responders safe through education and training. Thank you.
Okay, any questions for the sponsor or the 3 sponsor panelists? Okay, seeing none. Okay, we're going to next go to a list of witnesses who've signed up favorable or favorable with amendments. So, Mr. Bariano, why don't you come up? Let me call some other names, see if they're here still. Chaz Miller, Robert Phillips. Is Mr. Phillips here in the house? Okay, Pam Casemeyer here. Is Maura Cyphers here? Bill Kress here. Okay, and then we have one additional virtual witness. Is he in the queue? John Burkowski. Okay, well, let's go with the live witnesses who are here, and then we'll go to Mr. Burkowski next. Brianna, why don't you lead off? You're signed up actually, Fable, with amendments, so I don't know.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Bruce Periano. I'm here on behalf of LKQ Corporation, which is a national and international company. They do automobile recycling and dismantling, and they've been in business for quite a long period of time. They have very extensive knowledge of handling and utilizing and dispose of and safekeeping of lithium batteries and batteries coming out of electric cars and things of this nature. I really think this legislation by Senator Gallion is very greatly needed. They would like to be a member of this commission and lend their expertise to it. And I will be tomorrow sending in an amendment for consideration and to the senator as well, to be added so that they can be part of this deliberation and expertise. Thank you very much, and urge a favorable report with these amendments. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
I'm Chaz Miller. I chair the Maryland Recycling Network's Legislative Task Force. Our members are public sector recycling managers, private sector recyclers, and advocates. Our members manage local government recycling programs throughout Maryland. We support SB 532, and we thank Senator Gallion for introducing this bill. Lithium-ion batteries, if you heard, are pretty common. Unfortunately, people put products with these batteries in recycling containers and garbage cans. Nationally, more than 5,000 fires occur yearly at recycling and waste facilities. A survey of our members showed fires on collection trucks and on tipping floors at recycling facilities, waste transfer stations, and at landfills. Fortunately, none of these caused serious harm. However, a fire at a southern Pennsylvania recycling processing facility forced it to be closed and rebuilt. The Maryland County was using that facility to process a good chunk of its recyclables. Lithium-ion fires may well be the single worst threat in many ways facing recycling. You know, we can do all the education, all the collection we want. We can have great markets, but if the collection truck or if the recycling facility burns down, all of that comes to nothing. We urge passage of this bill. We believe it will help us find solutions. Thank you.
Okay, and we do have one virtual witness, John Burkowski. Sir, we're going to take you next. You've got 2 minutes. We just need to, there you go. Okay, why don't you proceed?
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Chair Feldman and committee members. I'm John Borkowski. I'm a senior commission advisor, and I'm also the leader of the Maryland Energy Storage Program Work Group. Senate Bill 532 has several provisions regarding lithium-ion battery safety. And this is a good bill, although we have asked for some amendments. And several of these amendments have already been mentioned earlier by Senator Gallion. In addition to those mentioned earlier, we would also like to include a study of standards and decommissioning in the bill scope, in addition to the Battery Safety Commission's role to study best practices and guidelines. And we also would like to include training of first responders in the bill's scope. In conclusion, the Public Service Commission supports Senate Bill 532, and we believe the bill would benefit from the additional amendments that I described. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for any of the witnesses at the table or the virtual witness? Seeing none, that concludes the bill hearing.
Thank you very much.
Senate Bill 532.